Leetcode daily challenge. Question 340. Minimum distance between three equal elements. Number 1. This is an easy problem. This problem is asking us to find out the minimum possible distance. For this kind of question, there's one thing we don't do. Which is loop by loop. What do I mean by loop by loop? Say if we find out the minimum result, we have to go to each element in this array, say 1, 2, 1, 1, 3. So for first element, number 1, and we have to find out the second and the third one to calculate the distance. And same thing for the second element, which is number 2. We want to find out the second and the third, number 2. Same for the third one, fourth one, until we reach to the end of this array. This is a loop by another loop. We don't do this. Instead, there's one way we can reduce the number of loop, which is I want to start with a dict. With this dict, we can count the frequency of each number. Say number 1 3 times, number 2 once, number 3 once. If we check each key in this dict, we can see only number 1 is valid. All the other numbers, say number 2 and number 3, the total number of number 2 and 3 are less than 3. We can just ignore them. There's no way we can find out a distance between the tuples. That's one thing. The second thing is, during the process preparing this dict, we can record the index of each number. Say for number 1, the index will be 0, 2, 3. And we write these things down for further calculation. This is the thing we don't do. But how do we find out the minimum distance? There is a general pattern for this thing. What we do is, we can always start with the default result. In this case, we can start with a big number as the default result, and there's gonna be a few possible answers, say A, B, C, D. Then we go through all these possible answers to see if, say, A is less than the initial default result or not. If it is not, we can skip it. Then B, if B is less than the current result, we can just replace this one with B. Same for C and D until we reach to the end of this, or until we went through all the possible answers. And this will be the final result, unless the final result is not valid. In that case, that means we don't have a valid result. Then we can just return -1. You can see there's one thing we don't do. Also, there's one thing we want to do. This is the solution we're going to use to solve this problem.